It's Sunday, and Juan Soto has officially arrived in Port St. Lucie for spring training. We are getting into the latest right here on the True Mets Talk podcast. What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the True Mets Talk podcast. It's a lovely Sunday, February 16th, 2025, and we are going 2 for 2 on the channel. As soon as I woke up this morning, I knew it was going to be a great day when I saw on my social media accounts Juan Soto arriving for the first time in orange and blue in Port St. Lucie for Mets spring training. Before we fully get into this video about the latest news and reports coming from Port St. Lucie, please do smash on those thumbs up buttons. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching the True Mets Talk podcast. Hit that subscribe button and comment your thoughts and opinions down below. This is a beautiful sight right here, ladies and gentlemen. Juan Soto in orange and blue down in Florida, side by side with Carlos Mendoza. They got their game faces on, strategizing something, watching something. Everybody is around Juan Soto when he's taking on field BP. Just a beautiful, vibrant day down in Port St. Lucie with the arrival of Juan Soto. The Mets are still waiting on Pete Alonso to arrive to camp. That should be within this week, honestly. And at that point, everybody will be in Port St. Lucie. And again, I mean, how can you not like what you see here? It's going to be a huge year for Juan Soto coming up. First year in Queens. He's going to be here for the foreseeable future on this brand new $765 million deal that has incentives to go up to $800 million. Of course, he has the opt out after year 5, but I fully expect him to opt into that deal for the rest of the 14 years that he is going to be getting paid in Queens to be that generational talent, both defensively and offensively, that he is. A lot of good projections from Steamer, Zips, everywhere else that's projecting Juan Soto and his numbers in 2025. We still don't know if he's going to be batting second or third in this lineup. I could assume it's going to be one of those two positions. Everybody in this fan base has their opinions on where they would put Juan Soto. I have mine. I've made that known quite a few times on this channel. Rob and myself have been going back and forth whether he's going to be batting second, whether he's going to be batting third, and how Mendoza is going to go and construct this lineup from start to finish 1 through 9. But you know what? This lineup is arguably one of the best lineups that the Mets have ever had in the history of this organization. And it's go time. I cannot wait. I am so excited. And seeing Juan Soto arriving in Port St. Lucie it's got me amped up, quite simply. You see the outfielders in the top right graphic all huddled around, talking strategy, whatever they're talking about. Brandon Nimmo, Jesse Winker, Juan Soto, all of those guys are there, and it's a great time. There's nothing really else that I can say. We saw all smiles from him warming up in the outfield of Sean Manaea. He was walking around talking with Francisco Alvarez. He's really making his rounds, and you can feel the energy and the excitement with the rest of the players as soon as he stepped through those doors. So it should be a great season for Juan Soto, and I think I can speak for this entire Mets fan base that we are all happy and excited to see what's going to come of his tenure in Queens. But on to other news here, right? This is new directly from John Heyman, tweeting out an article earlier today as it pertains to Jose Iglesias, Mr. OMG himself. From John Heyman, Jose Iglesias is still holding out hope with a potential reunion with the New York Mets. In this New York Post exclusive, Jose Iglesias, Mr. OMG, has MLB offers, he tells the New York Post, but he's still hoping for a New York Mets offer and a reunion. It hurts, quote unquote, as it pertains to him wanting to come back to Queens. I believe the article and what he told John Heyman as well is that There's some unfinished business between Jose Iglesias and the New York Mets as they fell short of a World Series appearance last season, dropping the NLCS in 6 games to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Jose Iglesias really wants to come back and make that next step forward with the New York Mets. At this point, I've been fairly confident this offseason that a deal was going to happen between Jose Iglesias. This comes days after David Stearns took to a press conference to talk about roster flexibility, giving some of the younger guys a shot in this season, and really a non-committed answer, a very elusive answer in terms of what the future held between the New York Mets and Jose Iglesias. David Stearns' recent comments were actually very interesting because if you tuned into my first video today that dropped on the channel this morning, if you didn't, I'll link that video in the description down below for you all to go and view. But David Stearns was recently asked about Luis Angel Acuna and what the outlook looks like for him if he doesn't win the starting second base job out of spring training, and if the everyday starter come opening day at second base was going to be Jeff McNeil. There is this revolving door of this Mets fan base trying to piece this puzzle together. Does Luis Angel Acuna belong on the roster as a utility player, as a bench player come opening day if he's not the starting second baseman? Or should he be sent back down to Syracuse AAA to get everyday reps until his time to make a regular contribution comes, and then they can bring him back up? And this is where I could see the potential reunion coming together between Jose Iglesias and the New York Mets. Now, as you see right here from John Heyman in this article, Jose Iglesias has multiple offers on the table. It's spring training has arrived already. Spring training action in terms of spring training games are set to kick off in about a week. We could assume that Jose Iglesias isn't going to be waiting around for too much longer. He wants to know where his next home is going to be, and he wants to start getting those spring training reps. So, how long can the New York Mets hold out? But more importantly, the question is, how long is Jose Iglesias going to hold out and still wanting to return to the New York Mets now that he has multiple offers on the table? I still think that there is a clear path and a clear way forward between the New York Mets and Jose Iglesias to have this reunion, especially if David Stearns isn't committing to Luis Angel Acuna on this roster come opening day. But he'll be that stopgap option for when Luis Angel Acuna comes back up at that point, presumably, and be that, I guess, utility fill-in. And that's how the Mets can go about it. Now, it's going to be a 1-year deal if this deal goes through. Would you like to see Jose Iglesias back on this team if that means Luis Angel Acuna starts his season off in AAA? Or would you rather just see Luis Angel Acuna as a utility player in the worst case scenario out of spring training, taking up one of those last bench spots and not getting those everyday reps? Let me know in the comments section. Again, this is the True Mets Talk podcast. Juan Soto officially in Port St. Lucie in orange and blue with the team, all smiles, all fun before spring training action starts. And Jose Iglesias really wants this reunion to happen between himself and the New York Mets. What do you think? Keep subscribing to the channel. Keep rocking with the True Mets Talk podcast. Until next video, I am out. It's your boy CP. Peace.